Hey, family, y'all know who this is. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. Hey, family. It's Monday, and on Monday, keeping it real, keeping it real, keeping it real with Steve Copeland. You know what? I call myself looking it up, right? Because on Monday, uh, I try to talk about 4 South, which is central bookings. And basically it's about like prison, stuff like that, right? And the reason why I want to do this is for a lot of y'all, and I say it basically every time, that might not know, I am a civil rights advocate. I am a human rights advocate. I also do I fight for the inner city people, civil rights, equal rights, and constitutional rights. And as a result, they don't like or care for people like myself who try to fight for our low to moderate income people uh, rights. I speak out like I'm with other, say, organizations, but because I speak out, I'm not a paid uh, activist or community act. Civil rights advocate. I'm not a paid. So certain rules or guidelines, according to those nonprofits, I don't have to go by because it's like I'm more like a free speaker. And because of that, people like myself get targeted, right? Now, uh, I argue a lot with our politicians about doing the right things for the people. I don't care if they Democrats. I don't care if they Republicans. My thing is, and the way I was taught coming up, a man's bond is a man's word. Forgive me, y'all. It's his bond. And a lot of y'all might be at that point where you wanna like try to do the right things, but you're afraid to actually do the right things. And be honest, I can't blame you. I can't blame you because what you do in this case, you putting yourself on the line to be scrutinized. You putting yourself on the line to be targeted. And that's what I happen to do in Baltimore City because of speaking out. One thing I learned about TikTok, we real good for coming on here talking, just talking. But when it comes to the actual footwork, a lot of people are afraid to step up to the plate. But they real good at talking. And once again, I cannot blame y'all. Because actually you put your life on the line when you call yourself being a civil rights advocate or human rights advocate, and you speaking against the norm. Well, that's why I decided to do on Mondays for South. And that's when I was sent to Central Booking. Then from Central Booking, I went to MTC, which is considered as the old penitentiary. But they have another spot over there that they get ready to spend $1 billion on building up another prison. Now, in Baltimore City, who do y'all think mostly gonna fill that building up? If you don't mind, I'm gonna switch out glasses, right? I'll wait. So you have your sons out there. You have your daughters out there. And to be honest with you, our locals officials need them to fill up these prisons. So when a person like me come on my live and I talk about some of the stuff in Baltimore City that's happening, and y'all know, wherever y'all are church members, family members, NA friends, y'all know, living in the inner city, your sons and your daughters are going to be targeted. Now they passed the law where the police now can stop and frisk you. So who do you think they're going to stop the most? Who do you think they're going to put in these plantations called the prison? If they don't create intervention programs, if they don't create jobs programs like workforce development programs, and they out there, don't get it wrong, they out there. I don't want y'all to get twisted. They out there, but how many people actually know where they at? Now, I was talking on the phone with the lady from Charm City Housing. They have 40 to 50 bedrooms. They get ready to close it down. I've been promoting the house, the houses only for men. And a lot of y'all know you got people out there, family members and everything, on the streets that really don't have nowhere to go, or you got some in your house that you're trying to find somewhere to go. I've been promoting this because these people been paying for that space out their pocket, looking to fill the space up. And they don't even have 5 people in the building. And it got too expensive for the lady because of the overhead. So they shutting it down. Now, most of the guys in this program are from the FACE program that we trying to get put in. And when I say from the FACE program, I'm talking more about the men that Marlo worked with to help, like coming home from prison and stuff like that. At parole and probation, the court system and all of that, you have to do all of this to let them know the type of housing program that you're running to help the people. But I've been coming on Facebook. I've been coming on YouTube. I've been coming on my live streams. I've been promoting this. So the next time y'all want to blame Brandon Scott, Ivan Bates, the police department, for your sons and for your daughters, when you know they need the proper help to turn their lives around, and I've been sharing it with y'all, and y'all felt like, I don't know, because of me, and I hope it wasn't because of me personally, because of me speaking out the way I do. I was called for this. By trade or profession, I'm a truck driver. I was called to come back into the community and help our people. by God. And if you don't like the way I look and the way I talk, that's your problem. I ain't trying to be perfect. I almost said earn my wings, but I think that's when you pass forward, right? I am a God-fearing man. That's why I do what I do, because I was called. What you want me to do? Sit up there, praise the Lord, family? Well, the Lord said. That's not how I minister. This is how I minister. To help you understand, I'm the same as you. Mm-hmm. Except for the ones that are trying to be perfect. I understand Christ died so that I may live in mercy today. A lot of y'all, I don't know what to say. I don't know. I don't want to confuse you. But I know that he died and I'm living in mercy. And a day at a time, I strive to be the best human being I can be. A lot of the stuff I used to do, I just don't do today. And not only that, guess what? Yesterday made 32 years clean for me. 32. From living that destructive way of life. And I'm talking about on the streets, trying to hustle and do all that type of stuff. I've been out of that since I was 30 years old. I thought I was too young to stop that type of lifestyle. Because to me, it was like life had just begun. But God showed me, hey, Moesha, baby. God showed me when I first picked up when I was young. That was the end of the good times. So the only thing I do, I come on my live. I'm over here on my network broadcast because I'm over here just sharing the word of hope, sharing the word of faith. If you don't like my look, if you don't like I don't have my false teeth in, that's your problem. It ain't mine. Okay? If you don't like the way I say stuff, that's your problem, not mine. Because guess what? I'm not no chump today. I don't settle for just anything today. And that's not being smart. I had to learn to gain some, balls and stuff. I had to learn to stand up firm. A lot of y'all don't understand that. I was offered money to stop doing strengthening the community and come and sit at the table. The heck with y'all. This is what I was told. See, I can't do it. God won't let me do it. I'm talking about my conscience. My conscience would beat me up for selling his people out. And y'all just don't get it. Because you know why? And that's not being smart. And if you take it personal, that's okay too. Because you are sellouts. I want money just like everybody else. But I'm not willing to sell out our low to moderate income people. I say pay Peter to pay, rob Peter to pay Paul, right? Our low to moderate income people are Peter. Rob Peter to pay Paul. Paul is you who fattening up your pockets off the backs of our most vulnerable people. Come on. I deal with a lot of people. And I know what's happening. Whether it's politics, whether it's religion, whether it's nonprofit, whether it's just business itself. I know what's happening. I just refuse to do a lot of that when it comes to our people. I'm talking about selling them out. But for a lot of y'all look at me. Oh, he this. Oh, he that. Hey. And I'm going to share this with you too. And I truly understand. To walk in the light. And Moesha, I'm kind of looking at you, right? But I just want to say this. To be like Christ. That's why I say walking in the light. To be like Christ, there's a good chance I can be unalive like Christ. Okay? I already know that. And I accepted the fact that one day God gonna call me home. But I guarantee you Steve Copeland's name will go on because of the work. Not just me, it's because I became this selfless man. For a lot of y'all that think he's a self-centered and he ego, he pride, I had to do the work on me first to learn about Steve Copeland, where I come from, in order to guide the next man in the direction he needs to go. I know, beautiful, but guess what? I had to learn to stand firm. Donald Trump don't mean nothing to me. Because he got money don't make him no better than me. Elon Musk, because he got billions, don't make him no better than me. And if I had went to any of their social affairs, let me tell you something. I would have hooked up, paid probably about around 200 for my outfit and shoes, and I guarantee you I would have been the best looking one walking in that door. I guarantee you. Know why? Because I know how to wear it. I know how to wear it. Thank you, beautiful. I know how to wear it, and I know how to present myself. I know how to represent our people. But when I'm on here, it's like I have a freedom because this is my broadcast network on one end, and this is my live stream on TikTok. When I come on TikTok, for a lot of y'all, I come on here to promote the work and the stuff that I do in Baltimore City. This is not a dating site for me. This is not, can I get your WhatsApp stuff? When you start doing that to me and I go to look at your profile and you ain't got no clothes on, you're blocked and deleted. That's not why I come on this stuff. YouTube, Instagram, all of that. If I go on my stuff and I see Sexy 100, you getting blocked and deleted. Block, delete. That's not why I come on this. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful for nobody, but if you take it that way, you take it that way. If you're not where we can go to the movies, we can take walks in the park, we can do romantic things before we even go to that other area, you know what I mean? If you're not around me where I can see you, touch you, smell you, I can't do that over no phone. I can't do that through texting. Watching your smiles and stuff. So I get people that do that on here, and when I see it, I block you, and then I'll delete you. Now I get some people that support me, encourage me. When I say that, I'm talking about our queens that motivates me, stuff like that. They might say encouraging things, they might say things, but they in other cities. They know 9 times out of 9 times, it's nothing going to come from that because you all the way over in California, Detroit, Florida. I'm in Baltimore City. And even though my children are grown, they so used to their father being by itself, they ain't going to be comfortable with just anybody coming in my life. And be honest with you, I'm not comfortable with letting a lot of anybody in my life because of my family. I don't play that. And then the type of work I do not want a female to tell me, well, you doing this too much, you doing that too much. I was doing it before you met me. I deal with women and children. I deal with men. So if you don't trust me, bye. Keep it moving. I hear what a lot of y'all be saying on here, but when you meet somebody, you want that person to be who they are, the best at who they can be. Stop trying to fix people, mold people, and shape people out to be who you think they should be. I had to learn that when I was much younger. So I understand it. But it was an older guy that told me, don't try to mold and shape your mate. And a lot of y'all know how she was before you met her. A lot of you women know how the man was before you met him. And all of a sudden, if he wasn't a Prince Charming when you met him, what makes you think he was going to become a Prince Charming now that he with you? Then again, let me back up. He probably will if he's willing to do the changes, make the changes. But guess what? You don't want that individual to lose themselves. You don't want to steal a person independence. And I hear a lot of y'all on here, men this, men that, and I have to come back with something. Not all men. Don't put all men in that men this, men that category. It's the one you allow in your life. He was unhealthy before you met him. And guess what? When I say this to y'all, I'm looking at me. I can see very clear. Me. So that's why I'm real careful with who I allow in my life. I want a strong, will-minded woman or queen or empress. I want us to grow spiritually together. I never had that type of connection with a female where we both, grew spiritually in that sense together. Talked about scripture together, stuff like that, prayed together. I've been married twice. None of them was on that level of where I was at. I'm not going to do it again. So if you like going to nightclubs and stuff and going to church in the morning, I don't know. Jamal Bryant then left. But I don't know. Now I'm going to tell you, I don't do the clubs. I don't hang out. I don't do a lot of that bull junk I used to do no more. Just for today. I don't care to do a lot of that. And like I told my business partner, I want my actions of what I do. I want my actions to speak louder than my words. You get me? Because a lot of us can talk, and that's all we do. But what are you doing to help make a difference? I ask a lot of y'all that y'all can't even answer. You can't even answer. What are you doing in the community? What are you doing in people's lives to help make a difference? Y'all know what's going on just like me. With the politicians, with the police department, with all of this. Y'all know. Now, and I got firsthand experience of my own. How the police can set you up with some false charges and police report and lock your butt up. Because the YT boy that did it to me got mad because I reported him twice, sucker, to his supervisor. When I call you to come out to help me with the clients, you help me. You gonna come out and then turn against me like I'm the problem? I'm calling y'all for help. And then gonna get mad at me because you the one gave one of my clients permission to knock down my back door. Shipley. Then I called your name. And you got mad because I reported you to your supervisor and you set up some charges and had me locked up. $15 charges, Shipley. And when you wasn't on your recording, Shipley, me and you talked. You was telling me how you wanted to leave a legacy behind for your children. I'm talking about how I want to leave a legacy behind for my children. And when your camera came on, you became a total different person. YT boy and the detective, Jacqueline. I ain't gonna say your last name. You ain't even know me, woman. And then you gonna turn around and go back to something that happened on January from me and one of my clients texting each other about the rest of her rent money, and you gonna charge me with second-degree assault, burglary on my own housing program, and harassment. And God knows the police report was totally wrong. I didn't even know what you did until the day before I was supposed to went to court That's how they kept this stuff from me. So you think I'm not coming? Let's keep it real, because that's what the couch conversation is about. Shipley, you think I'm not coming? I'm going to make sure I make a little clip of this, too. I pleaded guilty with I'm trying to think of what the plea was called, because I know I didn't do nothing wrong. And guess what? The prosecutor said it herself. But she said, Mr. Copeland, you're guilty by association. And I wanted to tell her so bad. Ivan Bates is guilty by association too, because I know him. Helped him in his campaign twice. Brandon Scott, guilty by association too, because I know him. You want to play those games? When you already know I wasn't implemented in nothing, Miss Prosecutor. And see, Moesha, this is what it's showing me, right? How they can take innocent people and charge them with stuff they never did. Why y'all did that to me? I got a big freaking mouth. I got a big mouth. Even though y'all put me on home monitor. That was to get me off the street. We already know. Me and a lot of other people already know the reason why y'all did what y'all did. We already know. The Eastern District Police Department, and y'all know that I am a community activist. Y'all know that I'm a human rights advocate. Y'all knew that the two housings, the addresses that I will call y'all to, I had clients in this program that needed professional help, but y'all didn't help me with the clients. I became the problem. It's on y'all videos too. And I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of y'all better pay attention. You better pay attention, because I guarantee you, if you ain't listening and something happened to one of your children, or you know, husband, brother, sister, somebody like that, right? And it sounds real similar. Oh, that's right. Mr. Copeland was on there talking about that the other day. We need to call Mr. Copeland. No, don't call me. I'm just joking. Because I'm really trying to put a team together for us, y'all. I've been looking into Legal Shield. A friend of mine's, and I can say her name, Angela, reached out to me because of what happened to me. And she knew I had to pay for a lawyer, so she going through a lot of stuff now herself, where she can't afford a lawyer, but she signed up for Legal Shield. And I've been on Zooms with them because I'm trying to see how I can implement Legal Shield into what we're doing. Now, my goal is to get together with civil rights advocates or lawyers. Let me make sure I say that right. Lawyers, not just advocates. I need people who better understand your rights so that we can work together, because what's happening, a lot of your family members, I'm telling you now, mainly the BLKs. And then they talk about deporting the immigrants. Who y'all think gonna work on them fields? Who y'all think gonna work in these warehouses, in these corporation warehouses for cheap labor? If you lock them up, you arrest them. You can get them to work for you for like $3 a day. In certain areas, it might be 10. That's where the cheap labor come from. where they don't have to pay full price. They can bring you in and train you, and then you got a lot of people that's already intelligent in certain areas. Just fell on hard time. Did something, to get arrested. Y'all ain't thinking. And guess what? I wish I didn't know some of the stuff or see what I see. What happened? What I do with this staggering thing up on my screen? It's like a block. Oh, that's my coffee. I'm trying to wonder why this looked like a chalkboard right there, like a little stick. It was this. And I'm telling y'all, I know a lot of times I share stuff, what people be saying, don't share this, don't share that. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Please don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. But everything people don't need to know, don't do that to me. How are people going to know what programs that in their city, like redevelopment programs that like ex-offenders coming home or people with felons, and y'all telling them they can't get jobs? Yes, they can. They just have to be pointed in the proper direction. If they want to get into truck driving, right, they have to get their class A's, but then they get government funding. I mean, they get government approved, federally approved. And because y'all feel like people don't need to know, or you're not sharing, I'm not a criminal like that. But my goal is working with them to help guide our men mainly in the proper direction. And then y'all want to sit back and tell me, oh, you talking too much. You telling everything. Get off of my stuff. Because you might be living a pretty good conservative middle class life, making money. And then I'm talking about people that's not where you at, that want a chance to move forward in life. And then you're going to tell me, you talk too much. You talk everything. You don't? You want to keep secrets to yourself? I don't want nobody to be successful in life. At least not us. And believe me, I know you. I know. I was talking to the lady on the phone. I told her I do rallies, protesters. I'm talking about with the organizations I'm with, right? You come in, you make your point, and then you leave. Somebody gonna tell me last night, oh, they don't help. They don't. Oh, yes, they do. Because they see people gathering together. That's their way. If they don't say nothing out their mouth. If you got about 200 people down in front of City Hall, they ain't got to say nothing. But once they get it in the inside, the 200 people out there, it's like, oh, shucks. Or who messed up this time? Who didn't do something right? You ain't got to say nothing. Because with that 200 might be 2,000. With that 2,000 might be 20,000 or 10. And then on top of that, guess what? They in position now and they working, but they might not get the position next time. But y'all want to sit back and say, oh, that don't work. And I'm telling you this as a human rights advocate. I'm telling you this as a community activist. I'm telling you this as a community organizer. And do you know what a community organizer do? I go into the community with the nonprofits I'm with, and we have monthly meetings, even twice. Safety in the war zone. That's one. I bring people in who used to live a certain way of life and their lives is turned around. And they can share with you how it used to be and what they're doing now, not to be in that same place. Because that's what you want. So I invite our young men and women when we do the housing. You might have these Murphy homes, right? Be tripping out on the renters. Renters don't know they have renters' rights. But y'all want me shut up. Because Because they don't need to know all that. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Tell somebody else that really just getting paid and don't really care to help. I'm not one of them ones. I don't get government funding yet, but I'm still not trying to sell our people out. And if you ever listen to me, I share my personal experience, not what I think, not how I feel, not the statistics, not the statistics that I read up. Because if you in it, you understand what's basically happening. And two is happening to the most. Thank you, Donna. Don't let me get into politics. When all of y'all think Donald Trump is the man, no, he's not. You better understand the three branches of government. And they all worked hand to hand. I don't like the way they play us. I got people from the military that's on my page that's being mistreated. A lot of the veterans, as y'all know, are homeless, right? A lot of the veterans that y'all know are not getting the proper help. When I say that, I'm talking about like mental health and stuff like that they need. I'm on these platforms listening to them. And not only that, when you have people that's understanding how things are happening from the military perspective and the top government stuff, it blows your mind if you listen. Because what they're doing, they're telling you why certain things is coming down. So they starting to stop a lot of government stuff. And those of y'all that feel like I'm still trying to figure out mega, make America great again. That's what I thought it meant. But I found out it's something totally different. Like this. And y'all ain't pay attention? Y'all ain't pay attention? What he got to do with politics on top of that? Why he out there speaking on it? Yeah, go, yeah, go. Y'all bunch. Ooh. I love Trump. I love Trump. Trump is not a politician. He don't understand nothing about political science. And he fooled the freak out a lot of y'all. Because y'all think because he's somewhat, or he done took people money and invested, and before he was able to pay them back, right, I'm going to file bankruptcy. Yeah, he's a puppet. I already know. I hate to say it, but I thought they was about it, but I found out no. And who y'all think really they answer to? So my thing is, because I'm more on the local level, is to continue helping, encouraging us and motivating us basically to do the right things from the local level. They create certain laws, certain bills now, where the police now can stop and frisk. And you know, the first thing that hit me when I read that, I thought about my son. I have a 21-year-old son. The good part, my son don't hang out in the inner city, but he can still be stopped. My biggest fear is some YT might had a bad night, want to take it out on somebody, and just happen to run across my son and take it out on my son. How y'all think I'm gonna feel about that? How y'all think I'm gonna feel? Because whoever do it is a human being like me. How you think I'm gonna feel? And I know it's a lot of polices on here too. Just because you got that goddamn badge on and you got that thing on your side, it don't bother me. Ask the Eastern District Police Department. Ask them. Wait a minute. I was trying to read what you said, user. Don't do it be dirty. Don't do it be dirty, and you more likely and not have a problem. well, look, check this out. The goal with me, I share and I encourage and motivate people not to do that. I have programs. I have a program. See, I'm not just talking, bro. I have a team talk show, and the goal is to give our youth a voice. I got you. I got you now. I got you. I mean, I understood, and that's so true because my whole goal, user, is to encourage and motivate our people to stop that bull jump. The ones that wants to come out, real simple. All right, because we know everybody not gonna turn their lives around. I was 30, and I just celebrated 32 years from the the rough life. So because of how people helped me and the things that happened in my life helped me to come out of that life and live a more productive way of life for the last past 32 years, and God working with me, the goal is to help those that want the help. So I'm in the community whenever I can get back there. I'm in the community talking with our, young men and stuff like that. And I don't want to exclude the young females as well, or the females as well, that's living a rugged life. You in recovery too? So you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Because that's all I'm doing. That's basically all I'm doing. And I have a housing program user where transitional. Because my friend does the whole process, but I liked the independent part. So I decided to do independent living, temporary to permanent housing. They're easier to work with to me, because they have to be responsible and everything. So that was the phone call I had today to talk with some people who basically doing the same things. But the lady I was talking to is a nurse, and her and her daughter doing the business with assisted living housing, and wanted to work with, returning citizens and people like that. But they got this building. It's a huge building, and they wasn't able to fill it up to pay for it. And I'm calling her today so I could actually help them. Oh man, that's awesome, user. Hey, excuse me for a minute, y'all. Hey family, I love y'all. Y'all know who this is, the Steve Copeland. I'm gonna get ready to end my restream broadcast because I'm coming up on my 45 minutes. So I love y'all, and I normally stay on TikTok a little bit longer, but I don't want to make this. I want to try to stick to my time, my 45 minutes as much as I can. So I love y'all, family, and I'll see y'all Wednesday. All righty, take care. Wait a minute, I have to end my no. I was trying. I do a live over here too. I have to end my regular restream broadcast because I